Hey, in this episode of What's She Up To Now, I'm going to chat a little bit about the quality cycle. Plan, do, check, act, repeat. I learned about the quality cycle in college, which is, decades ago now. And it's interesting. I find myself time and time again still reverting to using that cycle in just about everything that I do and in all different areas and aspects of my life because it works for just about everything. Plan, do, check, act. We need to plan what we're going to accomplish and what do we want to accomplish. We need to, number one, know what it is that we want, and then we have to devise a plan to get there from where we are now to where we want to go. We have to have a plan. It is incredible to me how many people have no plans for anything in their life. It's incredible to me how many people have no business plans, or not a strictly business plan per se, but a strategy for how they're going to grow and develop their business. But plans for everything. We need plans for our relationships. We need plans for how we're going to contribute to the world. We need plans for how, and again, I'm not talking formal, documented, written plans, but I'm just talking, we got to have a plan for achieving a goal in any area of our life. Then once we come up with the plan, our initial plan, because it's always going to change, we need to actually go out and take some action and do something about what it is that we want to achieve to move us toward our goal. So where I really learned about the quality cycle was back when I'd been a quality manager for several years, and in corporate America, they like certifications and things. So I was going to become a certified quality manager. That's the highest thing you can become with respect to the quality certification field or the quality leadership field. So I wanted to get from ASQ, American Society of Quality, my certification that I am a qualified quality manager, because we need that stamp of approval from the outside world for everything. So I actually did a little refresher course. I can't remember if it was online back then. This was quite a while ago. Or if it was a course that I physically went to. I think it was actually a course I physically went to, a refresher thing, because I remember the instructor was teaching us, and the one thing he said, this test involved a lot of multiple choice. Very tricky, by the way, multiple choice questions. Not A, B, C, D, E, and then C, D, and E, or D, E, and F were usually a combination of A and B, but not C, A and C, but not D. It was ridiculous the way these questions were worded, so trickily. Obviously, I passed it, though, no big deal. But they were really tricky. But also, a part of the exam involved essay questions. I felt like I was back in college. But the essay questions, the instructor taught us, the trick was always make sure that you find a way to make your answer and write your answer following the PDCA quality cycle. No matter what the question is, no matter what the situation that they give you, use PDCA to solve it. Write your answer that way, and you will pass the exam. And I will admit, I can't remember if there were 2 or 3 essay questions on it, but I used that for both. And of course, I passed it with flying colors. But had I not gotten that little tidbit of information, had I not used that framework to analyze the situation, I might have forgotten something. I might have missed something. So I've found that since that time, I catch myself using PDCA for everything. I plan what I'm going to do. I do it. I check and see what kind of results I got. And then I act in a different way, or I adjust as necessary to move me toward the result that I want. So if I have a goal to create something, say I want to create a product or service, the first thing I'm going to do is decide, well, what kind of product or service do I want to create? What are the features and the benefits of that for the audience I want to create it for? I'm going to make a plan of what do I have to do first, second, third, fourth, fifth to create this actual physical product. Then I'm going to actually create the product, at least a prototype of it. Then I'm going to have people try the prototype and get feedback on it. And then based on their feedback and how it performs, based on how it's designed to perform, I'm going to take actions and corrective actions to change and adjust. And that becomes an ever-evolving, and I'm going to plan what is the change that I have to make. Then I'm going to make that change. Then I'm going to check and see if that change had the effect that I wanted. And then I'm going to, again, get feedback, adjust, and react. And that is the continuous cycle of, it's kind of like the cycle of life, but I still use plan, do, check, act for just about everything. And we can use it for just about everything. Any decision that we need to make, anything that we want to do or achieve, any goal that we want, we can apply the quality cycle to. And what I like about quality is that there is a continuous improvement aspect to it. We know that we're going to try something, we're going to do something, we're going to put it out there, and it's not going to be perfect the first time. We're going to have to do it again and again and again and continually improve it to get it to meet people's needs better and better and better. I'm creating a funnel as part of the One Funnel Away Challenge. I think I've talked about the One Funnel Away Challenge because I've been behind the last couple of days. Although yesterday I made massive motion toward catching up, and today for sure I will be caught up. I've got a couple graphic pieces that I've been waiting on. I might just substitute them with something else, and then I'm going to clean up the membership area and verify that everything's working the way I want it to, so that I can start driving traffic to it and using different ways of getting it out there and sharing it with people, so I can test it out and see if the One Funnel Away Challenge works for me too. I'm sure it will. But Plan, Do, Check, Act. Plan, Do, Check, Act plays into everything that I do today, even in my business, helping people to grow their businesses. I started out with Plan, Do, Check, Act. Now, it's a little bit different, the structure that I teach people in terms of how they grow and get a strategy to supersize and grow their business. But it can be boiled down to Plan, Do, Check, Act. So if you don't know the quality cycle or you're not familiar with it, go ahead, hop online, Google that baby, because there is a ton of information on it. I just wanted to give you a little quick, brief exposure of how I use it and how you could use it too. Again, you could use it for anything. You could use it for planning a party. I actually used it for planning a party. When I worked at a job, one of the things they had me do was plan this giant grand opening party for a pilot plant, or for a new plant that we had. We were having a big family day and a giant party. And I used Plan, Do, Check, Act to plan this event because I had never planned a giant physical event like this, a party for thousands of people at their location that was involving all kinds of different aspects, tours and catering and food and entertainment. And it was crazy fun. But at that point in my career, I had never done anything like that before. I wasn't married. I hadn't planned a wedding. I had, maybe planned a couple of Halloween parties, but that didn't really count. But since I was the only woman, I got to plan the party. And it worked out well because I used the Plan, Do, Check, Act framework, and I applied what I knew about quality to everything. And it ended up being an amazing event. So again, you can use it for anything. So I'm working on that today. I'm having an absolute Plan, Do, Check, Act day today. I am planning the Women's Summit. And so I will start out and I will spend pretty much most of the time today that I'm working on that project in the planning phase. I am doing, as part of the One Funnel Away, and I'm doing and checking because I've already done some things that I'm checking today, and I'll see if they work. And if they don't, I'll take action to correct them. And I'm going to actually probably send my funnel to somebody else and get feedback on it, because I'd like outside feedback on my copy. Not a strong suit for me. I can talk up a storm, but I have a harder time writing copy. I think my brain skips beats, and so I skip from thought to thought, and my brain gets it, but it doesn't mean everybody else's brain will track with me. I've learned that a long, long time ago. Then we didn't go see my grandma yesterday, so I'm quite sad about that, which means I'm going to work hard today because we'll either go see her hopefully Wednesday, because tomorrow I've got interviews scheduled already, and I rescheduled them for my grandma, but I've had to do that the last 2 times. So, it's always different people, so I don't think that they mind, but I mind because I feel like I'm messing with people if I have to reschedule things. So we'll do that this week, and I promise that I will continue to take things to storage and keep working on my house, especially getting this office cleaned out because it's like ridiculous and overwhelming. So what are you up to this week? What have you got going? It's Monday, so in a little bit, I'm going to be going outside and yelling, I feel awesome. So I want to wish you an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye. Plan, Do, Check, Act. You got this.